Sports. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Murray.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offense... lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On play action, it's Murray. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it.
Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be Falcon football. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ridder gets them ready.
At the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Deep.
And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the foot. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, there's a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game.
He's got a man, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
A 1st down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You got them backed up, and you let them out.
Don't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn. Wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Johnny Townsend to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. Looking to throw.
Right back to Pitts again.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. That one goes for 8 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Okay, right.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Nick Bonito
In there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Hut.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Hey, red. Yellow, yellow. Green, yellow. Hey, green. Right, 60. Go pink. Blue, go. Go red.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready, ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, hey,
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons.
This a 43-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post,
and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of the...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Check pitch.
On second, here's Algier. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's go. Ready?
They'll drop to throw.
Dumps this one off to Algier.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Tyler Algier.
His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important, as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Broncos nothing. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Broncos take over first down at their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action. Now it's Murray. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Play fake. Murray. He's going to try and go deep again. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate? What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, no, they got the touchdown. It's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown. Drake London, 53 yards.
And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Now Murray off play action. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field, where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Murray and company going for it on fourth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Now back to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Young way through the kickoff for Atlanta.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. A final shot before half for Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10.
Here we go. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 49 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And oh, it's blocked. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going to loft one deep over the middle.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 17-yard line. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
Ready, set.
They'll look to throw here. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Field flag.
They'll look to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams powering forward. 3 quarters in the books. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Murray now to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On play action, it's Murray.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Murray. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. First down, Murray.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Williams is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Murray, he bootlegs it, sliding out of the pocket. It's caught on the right side, Williams. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Falcons.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through.